What's up, world? How you guys doing? I am doing fabulous, and I hope you guys are doing fabulous as well too. So I'm going to be giving you guys a little bit something different besides a official full glam makeup look. I'm going to be giving you a WTF. So what that means, WTF, is just that this is a new trend that is being broadcast out there to the world, and I'm just following the trend and seeing if it works. I'm seeing if the myth is true or false. So if you guys are eager to see if the Real Technique or a basic beauty blender can hold up its own against the Condom sponge or the latex covered sponge, definitely stay tuned and watch this video. Also, before this video gets started, make sure you guys subscribe. Alright, so let's get this video started. I got my beauty blenders or beauty sponge prepared. On my left, I have, well, your left, my right, I have a beauty blender in the original color, wrapped in a condom. Then I have my Real Technique sponge. It is used because I used it yesterday to do my foundation. I ain't gonna lie to you. So let's go ahead and get this started. So the foundations I'm going to be using today are two foundations because they make you look the most natural as much as possible, but they're full coverage. It is the Diorskin Star Foundation in 070 and 080. So I'm going to be using these two in specific areas to give myself that natural look. Alright, so I'm going to start with the beauty blender on this side, the Real Technique sponge, and I'm going to start with the 080 first. This goes around my perimeter, kind of pre-contours me, and make sure that my foundation application is humbled. Alright, going in with the condom sponge. Oh, I'm scared. This is full coverage. Like, I can see skin peeking through here, but this is, girl, this is crazy. Alright, now it's time for the inner part. Let's see how this works. Of course, you guys know I love it. Now let's try the condom sponge. Gotta squeeze it to the tip. So I'm gonna skip over my nose for this video's sake because I don't really want to kind of do too much defining down there. But overall, the application looks the same. Only thing different is that I can see just a little bit more porous situation, even though I prime my face with the Dior Maximizer, which is an old primer from them. It is a refining matte finish primer that helps with your pores. And I also did the Bare Minerals Blemish Remedy Matte Prep Gel, just to kind of make sure I stay matte in this whole ordeal. But I am seeing a little bit of porous situation here, not so much here. The texture is the same. The coverage is just about the same per se. I really don't see no major difference between the two, both up close and afar. I just know that my product did not go to waste because none of this seeped through the sponge, of course. It stayed on the condom. Such a nasty word to talk about beauty products. So let's move on to concealer and see how that works with concealer. So the concealer I'm going to use is from Smashbox. This is their Studio Skin 24-Hour Concealer in Dark. I'm going to go ahead and pop this on the areas that I want coverage. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the color Hazelnut and see what this would do on the outer portion of the face. while I'm letting that sit a little bit, I'm going to, while this is kind of warming up to my body chemistry, I'm going to go ahead and put on my foundation in the center of my nose. And I'm going to blend out the same size with the same beauty blenders. Alright, so final thoughts on the two different sponge techniques with concealer. Ultimately, I feel that with concealer, the Beauty Blender was a lot more better because it allowed the product to press through into the skin, where a lot of the product on this side is sitting on top of the skin, thus creating streaks and marks and stuff of that quality. So I am going to go in with my Real Techniques and I'm going to blend this out because I am going to wear this look for today. But this is not good for concealing techniques. I will prefer this for more or less foundation, so that foundation can sit more on the skin. Than anything, you get your product's money worth versus the concealer, which is sitting on the skin and not being blended out. Alright, moving on to baking. Let's see if these are really different in the baking technique. So to set my face, I'm going to be using two different powders. I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Lock It setting powder. This is the translucent powder. This is new to my channel and new to me, so I'm gonna see how this works. So I'm trying out a new product, of course, and I'm also going to use my trusty dusty handy dandy black Opal Deluxe finishing powder in medium 03 to also bake. So I'm gonna mix those two together to create my baking powder. All right, so I have my mixture here. Gonna give this a little swirl so that the colors mix together, and I'm going to dip in with my Real Technique. Alright, taking my Condom sponge. I'm pretty sure you guys can see the difference. The Beauty Blender kind of made it more translucent, or this is really sitting on the skin. Again, if you like this type of look, then you can go for it. But for me, I prefer more of this type of ordeal where it's going to be a lot more easier to take off. I feel like I'm going to get a lot of flashback with this going on this side of the face. So I'm going to try to even it out again with my Real Technique. Alright, so I went ahead and finished my makeup look here. And I'm about to give you guys my final thoughts on the two different types of sponges. Would I ever do this technique ever again for any application? No. Is this a cool trend? Yes. Overall, 1 out of 3 substance to use this type of technique is worth it for foundation only. Concealers and powders, no. The beauty sponge right here took over that aspect, and as you guys can see, I went and fixed it with the beauty Real Technique, beauty technique, whatever you call this crap. Overall, would I recommend doing this trend or technique for a daily basis? No. I will not recommend it because it's only good for foundation, and if you're looking for a full coverage foundation but you don't have a full coverage brush and you feel that your foundation is being absorbed too much by your Real Technique or your Beauty Blender, then you can add on the latex condom to give that effort and then remove it for the rest of the process. But overall, I do not recommend doing this for all 3 steps. Foundation, well, I lie. I recommend doing it for foundation, but I do not recommend doing it for the powder and the concealer because of the whole overdoing and unblending aspect. But, I mean, you guys shouldn't leave home without these condoms anyways, especially if you're traveling with your significant others or whatever case may be. You can always stop to a convenience store and pick up one if you want that full coverage foundation. But other than that, that's about it. I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for chilling with me on this lovely day. So I hope to see you guys soon in the next video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Don't take it personal, personal, personal. Look, don't take it personal, personal, personal. I need you to promise me one thing. I know it hurts, no, hurts, no, hurts, no. That you're not gonna take it like that. I don't want it, nah, 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 don't need it.